Now, so we're going to go ahead and start crafting. Jesse, if you wouldn't mind switching to the overhead.
Yep, gotcha.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. Can everybody see this okay? Is this good placement for everyone? Let us know. Before I start, I'm going to talk about this just a little bit. So this is one of our cup toppers. This is for our 40-ounce cup. This one's pretty versatile, so I figured this would be a good one to do. Yes, Jesse.
Nudist said hello. How are you guys?
Hello from
Hi,
Canada.
Nudist.
And we have a hello from Canada and a hello from Buffalo as well.
Awesome. We're all over the world.
That's awesome. This is great, guys. Keep it up.
Yeah. All right, so guys, there are a couple ways you can do these toppers. We are going to opt into the easy way to do them right now, but I will tell you can get more elaborate with this. We're just going to put the ice directly onto this cup top itself, but you guys could always do little cutouts. You could do magnets. You could actually attach it with magnets. That way it's removable, so it's easier to clean, that kind of thing. But we're just going to go ahead and add it directly to the lid. That way you can kind of see the general process. I've seen a lot of people using hot glue, things like that. We're going to use UV resin through the whole thing, and we're going to just show you that that's how you can do it. So we'll do UV resin, and we'll get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my gloves here. We are using nitrile gloves, so I'll go and put those on real quick. The reason why you want to use gloves is your protective equipment. So with UV resin, you always want to be safe and protect your hands from the resin, so you want to put these on before you start handling it. And then if you're in a small area, make sure you're using a respirator or just craft in a larger area. As long as you're not exposing yourself to direct sunlight or UV light, your objects will not cure. So we're good to go. All right, got my gloves on. Now I have my little lid here. So next thing I'm gonna wanna do is pick the ice cubes I wanna use. So on our site, you guys might have seen these. We have two different kinds of ice cubes. We have the crushed transparent ice cubes, and then we also have the glow in the dark. The glow in the dark are actually like a blue glow, so it looks pretty cool. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's bright in here, but you can still see kind of what that glow looks like. The more you shine your light on there, the brighter they get. It's pretty neat. Okay, cool. So we're going to use these glow ones first, and then we'll use these clear ones later on. So we'll start with the glow. Now, next thing I want to do is I'm going to decide what I want to put on here. So we're for sure going to do ice cubes. I think maybe we should use one of our citrus slices. What do you guys think? So these are on the website as well, so we'll go and add one of these in.
Green.
Huh?
Say green.
Green?
Green.
Well, I'm going to make this like, basically like a margarita cup topper. So we're going to go ahead and use the lime. And I'll just pull that right out of the package. So we'll use a little lime slice, and then I'll put the rest of these away for now. Now, if you have very strong scissors at home, you can cut these too. So you can cut them like in half or cut like a little slice out of it so that it can really kind of sit on your cup. But we're going to leave it as is, full size, and I'm just going to attach it to the side of the cup, maybe right about here. So right here on the side, that's where I'm going to attach it. The way that I'm going to do this.
Karen said margarita, yum.
That's right. Come on by the studio afterward. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of UV resin right here to act as the glue. So once I have that UV resin in place, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put that right on that little UV resin. And then I see how it's kind of created a puddle around the lime. If you're not seeing the UV resin come through the other side, it's probably not going to cure. So make sure you have enough UV resin in place to really get it to stick like glue. So once that is in place, I'm going to go ahead and cure it. And make sure you guys are asking questions if you have them. We are here to help. This should be a pretty fun and easy tutorial. And I think that's already pretty stuck in place. So what do you think, guys? Pretty cool? Wait, hold on. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, so see how that's already kind of stuck? So if I were to move it upside down, it's not going anywhere. I want to make sure that the bottom is stuck in place too, so I'm going to clear through the lid. So right here, curing through the lid, through the back side of it. And yeah, that lime's not going anywhere, guys, so perfect. Lime is stuck in place. Now let's go ahead and add some ice cubes. So I'll just leave that to the side for now. What I'm going to do next is I will remind you guys that these new lids that we have are sliders. So you want to make sure that you are not blocking anywhere where the slidey lid is. So if you need to move that up while you're in this area to remember that it's there, you need to move it down, that's fine. But just remember that you don't want to put any ice blocking this from closing or opening, okay? Unless you want it to permanently be open, then you can absolutely go ahead and do that. So keep that in mind when you're working on your little lid toppers. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and we're going to use a little bit more UV resin. Just make it so where you can see it. There we go. And I'm going to add UV resin right here and just add a few more ice cubes. So here we go. I'm not going to cover the lid all the way with UV resin. I'm just going to put a few dots where I want those ice cubes to go, just to kind of make a little spot for them. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just dump a few of these in my little crafting area so I have them handy. There we go. That's a good amount to start with. Okay. So now we're going to go and take these little ice cubes, and if you want to be really precise about it, you can. I have tweezers here as well. Feel free to use those. But I'm just going to kind of place these where I want them. And I'm just going to do a few at a time because you want to make sure that they're really stuck before you move forward. So right now I've just got 3. Let's go ahead and cure those. And see how they glow under that light because they're glow in the dark. Isn't that super cool? Yeah, look at that glow, guys. That's amazing. What I really like too about the glow in the dark ice is because they glow, once you add more, because you haven't cured the other ones yet, you can really tell what's been cured and what hasn't. But yeah, that's pretty neat, right? Cool. So those ones are stuck in place nice and well. Again, you can always cure the back side of it just to make sure. See how they're just kind of sitting there? So let's just make sure that we got this side as well. So we'll go ahead and cure this little area. Yes, Jesse.
All right, we're almost to 10,000 likes.
Awesome.
It's slowing down a lot. There's 30 people in here. We could hit it easily if everybody starts liking and sharing.
So Jesse wants to remind you guys about that goal. So remember, if we hit 40K, we're able to give you guys a prize on TikTok. And then if we hit 40 concurrent viewers on Instagram, we get to do a prize there too. So make sure you share with your friend, guys, so that you don't have to do it all yourself. And let's hit those goals. All right, so I'm going to keep going with my little crushed ice. Just kind of making a nice little barrier here for the lid. Awesome. I think I'll do one more before I cure these 3. Yep, there we go. Okay, so yeah, just keep curing as you go. You want to make sure that they're touching the resin, otherwise they won't stick in place. But as long as they are in a little pool of resin, you're good to go. What's up, guys?
Just getting a lot of compliments. They're loving it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Golly Glitz said the UV lamp's really cool and super useful.
Isn't it? It's really convenient, especially for smaller projects like this. Just because you don't really need this to go under like a full lamp or anything yet. You're just doing a little bit at a time. So for directional kind of smaller projects like this, it's perfect. Yes, Danny?
Mickey1820 asks, what's the glue?
So that's a great question. So we're not actually using glue. We're using UV resin as the glue. So as long as you're able to hit where that UV resin is with your light, you're going to be able to cure it. So I'm just making sure that I leave myself a little area where I'm able to either cure from the top or the bottom to really make sure all these ice cubes stick into place. But yeah, these are great questions, guys. Keep asking away. Let me know. And we are happy to assist.
Aquí entre la gente que está viendo live ahorita, ¿quién ha usado la resina? Y disculpe, y ¿qué han hecho con la resina? Y recuerden que necesitamos 40 personas consecutivas en Instagram, y solo en Instagram, aunque sea por 1 minuto consecutivo, y necesitamos 40,000 likes en TikTok para poder darles un premio al final del live. Y tienen que quedarse para todo el live para saber cómo entrar al giveaway.
And then also, Ashley Clemens followed us and said hi from Sulphur, Virginia.
Awesome.
Thank you for the follow.
Suffolk, right?
Suffolk.
Yeah. Awesome. Welcome. Thanks for joining. But yeah, has anybody out there made one of the cup toppers like this? Do you guys use like hot glue? What do you guys like to do? Tell me your secrets. I know you can also make really fun things like little popcorn toppers. Really any kind of object that you can attach to the lids, you can make something really cool with. But yeah, love to hear what you guys like to do at home. And we'll just keep going, guys. With these, remember, it's very important just to do a few at a time because you don't want to seal your lid shut. You don't want to, have little spots of UV resin that aren't covered by ice cubes. So you really want to make sure everything you're laying down is getting cured pretty quickly. That way you don't have to worry about it cleaning up that mess later on. So we're just doing about 3 at a time, and then we're curing them, and then we're going to keep going. Yes.
All right, so we had a couple people saying they've tried making or they've made lids with the resin, and then everyone else is just saying they haven't, but they've used the resin and they love it, or they've used the epoxy and they love it.
Awesome. Yeah, the UV resin is super versatile. You can use it for a lot of things. The only thing to keep in mind with the UV resin is it is not compliant for eating, drinking. So like you wouldn't want to do this on a straw or like on the mouthpiece, but because you're going to be using a straw with this lid, you're good to go. Yes, Jesse.
Carrie said hi.
Hi, Carrie.
And Vicky Foster from Kansas City said hi.
Hi, Vicky.
And Ashley said she made a succulent garden.
That's really cool. That sounds awesome. Like as a lid topper?
I'm not sure. I think just with the UV resin.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I'm going to keep going along, guys. Once I have my whole little base done, then I'm going to start like a second story of ice cubes to really kind of make it look like they're just packed in here. So I'll go ahead and carefully get the rest of this little lid area over here by the sliding little drink stopper. One thing you can also do, guys, is you can hold it at an angle. So if you want to make sure that that UV resin doesn't slide anywhere it shouldn't, you can place your ice cubes, put it at a little bit of an angle, go ahead and start curing them. And then once they've cured for like 20 seconds or so, they're probably not going to move. So you can go ahead and turn it upside down, cure the back, make sure you get everything, but they're not going to slide forward in your way anymore. So this is a perfect way to kind of keep rolling and keep curing as you go. I always check back every once in a while to kind of make sure that it still opens correctly, but yeah, it's really up to you. Yes, Jesse?
All right, so a few things. We are at 15,000.
Awesome.
Likes, so we're getting there. We're still only at 22 concurrent viewers.
Okay.
Mimi Small Business followed us, so thanks for the follow. And then JC Paw Power said, so I'm looking for a rubber cutting board. I saw that you may carry one.
A rubber cutting board.
We
yeah,
do, but
we
I
definitely have one.
believe
Sold out.
They might be out of stock at the moment.
We're going to double check. We have one. We're just not sure if it's in stock. And if it is not in stock currently,
It will be shortly.
yeah, we've been getting containers kind of left and right. So those products are coming. We're not exactly sure when. So if it's not available now, it will be soon.
It looks like the rubber wood is available.
Hey, look at that. See? Rubber wood's available right now. And on top of that, like you can get a single, of course. We don't make you buy wholesale. But if you do buy a case, you get a discount on top of that. So definitely check that out. I want to say the cases are, what, 20% off?
Jesse actually
Yeah.
put the
So I put the link in the chat. And then we have another question.
Sure. What's that other question?
Where is it? Does the wattage of the flashlight matter?
It does. So you want to make sure that you're using a wattage that's comfortable for your UV resin. So depending on what kind of UV resin you're using, the wattage all varies. For ours, we do one between 24 and 32 watts. That's just kind of what's worked best for our UV resin. If you're not sure, you can always start from further away from the object and work your way into it. That way you don't shock the resin or over-cure it, but it gives you a little bit more wiggle room. So you would start far away and then move in. All right, and then I just laid down a little bit more UV resin, so I'm going to go ahead and put more ice cubes in here, kind of keep creating this.
Okay, Sam, here I got a
Yes.
question for you.
What is that question?
Is the rubber wood good for onions?
For onions?
Yes.
I mean, I would assume so. I will tell you this, I love to cook, but I was not aware that certain cutting boards are for certain foods, so that is not going to be my area of expertise. I'm so sorry. If anybody else in here knows that answer, please help us.
What's up, Joe? Los tamaños del hielo es solo un tamaño, solo. Vienen en un tamaño. La única diferencia es que vienen en brillo o sin brillo. Pero esa es la única diferencia, pero solo es un tamaño.
Now I'm kind of curious. I know you should use a board cleaner, like there's board grease for your cutting boards, but I don't know.
He said, yeah, they are. Yeah, that's new to us.
Cool.
Not sure on
Awesome.
that. We'll have to look that one up.
I guess I'm gonna have to take some boards home and cut some onions. It's okay. I put onions in like everything.
Rubber cutting boards are good for aromatic foods.
Oh, okay.
So I'll look for the cutting board. I linked it in the chat.
I mean, onions have an aroma to them. Not that kind of aromatic.
Yes, that kind of aromatic.
But yeah, keep going, guys. Keep adding just a little bit at a time. Again, you just want to do a few ice cubes at a time so that you don't get out of hand with how much resin you're pouring and you don't accidentally pour it where you don't want it to be.
De nada. Y otra vez para recordarles que en TikTok queremos darles al final del live, queremos darles la oportunidad de ganar algo. En TikTok necesitamos 40,000 likes. Ahorita estamos a 20. So van en buen camino. Y en Instagram solo necesitamos 40 personas viendo el live por un minuto consecutivo. 40 personas para que hagan 2 ganadores. So keep tapping, keep liking, keep sharing.
Danny out.
So,
yes, Jesse.
Vesta asked, how do you clean it?
How do you clean it? Very carefully. So, I mean, once it's cured, it shouldn't really move too much. I would just use hot soap and water. You should be fine. But I'll definitely test this one out for a few washes after this, and we'll come back to you on that. But I would say soap and water should be fine. You can also, like I said earlier, you can make these removable by just attaching a UV resin or glue and putting a magnet on your tumbler lid. So say you put a magnet on here, you can cut out a piece that's about the same size as the surface area of the lid, and you can attach it. So that way you're just crafting on like the lid attachment. But I would say if you have anyone concerned about like how to clean it or nervous about cleaning something like this, that would be your best route for them, is to get them something like that to where it's removable. All right, and then I'm gonna keep kind of going in here. I see a little gap there. See if we can put a little ice cube right there. And yep, that's still slidable. Awesome.
So she said, okay, that's a good idea. Is it one of the lids that snap apart?
This lid does not snap apart, to my knowledge, but it's also a new lid for us. So if someone knows how to do it, let us know. But just from what I could gather, I thought I was going to break it if I took it apart. So let me know. But yeah, I did test this a little earlier with a different lid, and it worked out really well. The ice looked really cool. I don't want to give away what we're going to do on it, so I can't tell you. But I'm excited for you guys to see the final results. Okay, so now we have our base layer done. So see how I pretty much have the whole area covered, except for the little slider guy in the middle, because again, you want to be able to move this. That way you can close your drink or open your drink, right? So this is still fully functional as a non-spill top. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and make all of these layers thicker. That way we have like a good amount of ice around the whole thing. So to do that, what we're going to want to do is we'll stick to our few pieces of ice at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and just do 3 little ice cubes right there, like that. So I just added them right here to this corner. And I'm going to go ahead and throw some UV resin and cure them. Yes, Jesse?
So Jennifer said, I literally talked to you guys on the phone yesterday, and they said 2 more weeks, so I am so happy. I just ordered cases of rubberwood cutting boards and on my way to the store now.
Awesome.
So I hope...
I hope we have enough.
If you DM us your order number 2, maybe Jesse can slide that to our customer service reps, because I know they don't fill orders past 2, I think. That way we can try to have it ready when you get here. So yeah, DM us your order number, and we'll see if we can help you work that magic and get that order ready right when you get here. Otherwise, you might have to hang out in the lobby for a little bit. But don't worry, Mel and Steven are really nice. Okay, so...
Yeah, hello guys, Happy New Year. Hello, Happy New Year, thank you. And thank you guys for being on the live. Again, we are trying to get to 40 people on the live consecutive, for at least for a minute. That way it gives you a chance to get into the drawing of a free gift. So share it, like it. I'm not really sure how it works on Instagram, but if you guys know how, let's get that number going. On TikTok, we are looking for 40K. I believe we are at 24 and a half, so kind of there halfway, working well. So keep sharing if you're watching on TikTok.
We still have 30 minutes.
We still have 30
So,
minutes.
todavía falta 30 minutos, tenemos mucho tiempo para llegar a los números que necesitamos. So, gracias por estar aquí y espero que estén disfrutando lo que está haciendo Sam.
All right, so guys, in case you haven't noticed, with these extra layers that I'm adding on, what I'm doing is I am putting the ice cubes down first, and then I'm getting the UV resin and I'm dripping it over those ice cubes. I don't want it to cover the opening again, so I'm just kind of watching the UV resin until it drips down into the ice cubes a little bit. Once I see it's dripping down, then I start to cure it. That way they're just stuck in their place. So see how all of these aren't touching the lid, but they are rock solid where they need to be. So doing this and kind of just making sure you're getting all the sides of it and underneath will make sure that you are curing everything as you go. So kind of pay special attention and make sure you're curing everything in those kind of, those little cavernous areas. But yeah, just a little bit of UV resin will do the trick, so you don't need a whole lot.
Le voy a tratar de de explicar lo que la otra manera de hacer las tapas, a ver si me entiende cómo hacerlo. Pero gracias por esa información. So they're saying that there's a different way of doing tops.
Yes.
And what I understood is that it requires a magnet.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah? Okay. So.
Yeah, so like the other way you can do it is you can get like a magnet, you would attach it to this lid,
Yeah.
and then you'd cut out like another piece that kind of covers the surface area of the lid,
Okay.
and then you just like magnetically attach them so that it just comes right on and off.
And she says she loves how the glow.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. And then any kind of areas that you see where they're in kind of like a perilous area where you think you might get in the way of that lid, you can always just angle it, guys. So like see how there's this tiny little area right here that I kind of want to cover with an ice cube. So I'm going to place that ice cube where I want it to be, and then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of hold it at an angle. That way it doesn't fall somewhere where I don't want it to be. And then I'm going to pour a little UV resin on it. Once I see that dripping down, we'll go ahead and cure it so it's not blocking that mouth covering.
So Jennifer wasn't lying. She just went and immediately ordered 4 cases.
Awesome. We're glad we could help. It's, you know, we wear many hats, and sometimes we'll help you get that order done. But yeah, so that's perfectly kind of where I want it to be, and then I'm still able to slide this back and forth without that being blocked. Yeah, awesome. So I'm going to keep kind of going, keep adding more ice cubes. I want to do a little bit more here and over here, and then we'll show you another kind of cool trick with this. Okay, so let's keep putting the ice cubes where we want them. I think one here, a couple here, and here would be nice. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get my UV resin and just drop it over my fresh ice cubes. One thing that's cool about using these glow-in-the-dark ice cubes versus the regular ones, because you're curing the glow ice cubes with the UV resin, you can tell which areas have been cured and which haven't, because those ones glow more. So the fresh ones that you're adding on won't have a glow to it, so you'll know which areas need that UV light. So let's go ahead and cure those in place, and we'll keep moving on. Just I think a few more, and then we could probably move to this next step. And let me know if there's any questions so far, guys. Would love to hear it. It's so awesome how quickly these cure. And I haven't really been timing these, but if I had to guess, I'd say I'm giving them maybe 20, 30 seconds in each area. So not much time at all, but yeah, they cure really quickly.
Oh, Bru. Hi, Bru. ¿Cómo estás? Feliz año. ¿Cómo estás? Espero que estés y tu familia sin novedad y que tuvieran un año nuevo y Navidad. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. A todos, gracias por estar aquí. Este es el primer live del año y yeah.
Hola, Bru. But yeah, guys, it's already turning out really cool. I'm going to give you a quick spoiler of what we're doing next with this. How are we doing on the goals, by the way?
Pretty close. The TikTok, we just got to 30,000. We
Awesome.
have like 44 people in there. And
Awesome.
Instagram, we have 22. I think the highest it caught up to, I want to say, is 30 something.
All right. So TikTok's about to hit it, but Instagram is not. Got it.
Ya estamos cerca en TikTok para el goal que necesitamos, 40,000. Estamos a 30. Entonces, si están mirando ahí, sigan con el like y los shares. En Instagram necesitamos 40 personas consecutivas, aunque sea por un minuto, para que podamos tener un ganador en Instagram y en TikTok.
Now for this ice cube, I basically wanted it to sit kind of sideways. So I'm literally holding the lid sideways, and I'm going to cure it as is. After about 10 seconds or so, it's not going to move. So that I can go ahead and move it back to where I wanted it, and that ice cube's going to be stuck there forever. But yeah, so anyways, with those goals, guys, if we hit the goals, which is 40K on TikTok likes, 40 concurrent viewers on Instagram for a minute, then we get to give a prize. And we usually like to give away something that has to do with what we're crafting. So you'll probably get a kit like what I'm working with right now. And maybe we could throw in something brand new that might be launching in a week or two. Maybe, if that's what they want. Yes, Jesse.
Okay, so a couple things. Shakofer said, "Hello, I'm new to the group. Glad to be here. Is that your custom cure light?"
Hi, welcome. Yes, this is our flashlight that we use for our UV resin. It's a great little light for these kind of smaller projects. Anything that's directionally related, this is perfect for. So highly recommend this little lamp here. Does a lot of heavy lifting for us.
And then we have Vesta said, probably mentioned it earlier, but is MakerFlo carrying the cubes and the lime slices and other items? And then someone actually answered for us and said, yes, they have them on sale.
Yes, great questions. I try to use as many MakerFlo accessories as I can. So even the mat that I'm using right now to craft on, that's available on the website too. And it's one of our newer items as well. So I've got and these are glow in the dark. So if you hadn't seen yet, that's the kind of really awesome glow you can see with these guys. I'll mention too, some of our alcohol ink glows in the dark as well. So we might bust into that a little bit later. Isn't that neat?
Janice said, hello, I just followed you on Instagram and YouTube. I love your glitters.
Hi, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, those are super cool. Look at that blue glow.
Jocelyn said she loves our resin.
Aw, thank you, Jocelyn.
And user 398 said, I'll have to go and order some of the glow-in-the-dark cubes.
Yeah, they're super cool. And right now when they're on sale is the perfect time to pick those up. Highly recommend it. So we have the glow ones, which glow blue, and then we have the transparent ones as well. So you just have to pick which ones you want out of those two. And I think I've reached about the end of what I want to cover with these ice cubes here. I think I might do maybe one or two more right here in this corner. And then we'll get on to the next part of the project and potentially onto a second lid if we have time for that. It's going to have to be the speed round though. But yeah, these are all curing nicely. I kind of just test them as I go. Like I'll give them a little tap to kind of see how they're doing. But yeah, this is curing perfectly. So let me just grab two more little ice cubes and then we'll move on to the next part of this. I'm going to go ahead and just put those right where I see these little bald spots. So right over here. Maybe one right next to it. There we go. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just put a little bit of UV resin over those pieces we just added. Again, you want to wait till you see that UV resin kind of dripping down into the other ice cubes. Once you see that happening, go ahead and cure it.
Holly jumped in and said hi.
Hey Holly, good to see you. How you been?
Whitney said, hey, what are you making today?
Good question, Whitney. We are doing a cup topper right now. So I'll show you in just a second, but this fits on our 40-ounce tumblers. All of them, the powder-coated, sublimation, and the electroplated. So these are super neat. These are the ones that also have the handle that works with them. So this is a great lid to put a top on. Very versatile. So I really like how all of these little ice cubes are working. I'm going to just double check that everything in the back is nice and stuck in place. And let's go ahead and make this a little funner. So I know a lot of people out there are into kind of like the horror culture, like the spookier stuff. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of UV resin some alcohol ink, and we're going to make little blood drips on this so that you have a spooky margarita cup. Yes, Jesse?
So Holly said, sorry, been AWOL, been a little occupied. How is everybody?
Oh, don't worry, Holly. We're always happy to see you. I'm good. You guys?
Yeah, we're all doing
We're
good.
good.
And then Karen's said, I want to see videos you have for the laser engraving.
Yeah, you just missed a very awesome live where we were laser engraving.
It should be on YouTube already.
But yeah, it's on YouTube. We'll probably have more stuff coming soon. We have a few laser engraving videos, I think, on there. They're mostly with the F1 and the Ultra. But we do have a few other ones from our friends, Ashley, and I think a few other crafters are on there too.
Yeah, so make sure you subscribe and are following our YouTube so you could be up to date with our engraving videos and any other videos that you may think of.
We're at 55 people on TikTok and 35,000 likes.
Wow.
That's awesome. Let's go, TikTok. You guys are
And
awesome.
so
Thank you,
another
guys.
question.
Yes.
Do we carry any sublimation tumblers in different colors?
So right now we do not. However, some of our friends have found that the lighter powder coated cups that we have, those ones are sublimatable. So it really just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a true sublimation tumbler, no, we do not have it. But if you're looking for the white, the glitter, the stainless, we do have those in sublimation.
Yeah. And then keep in mind too, if you do try sublimating a powder coated tumbler, design is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be a hit or miss, I believe. But if it works, please let us know. But just keep those things in mind that depending on the color and on the design, it might work for you.
So guys, I used just a little bit of alcohol ink mixed in with the UV resin. Isn't that a beautiful red? Doesn't that look great? So we're going to use this to kind of look like the blood look. So this is the metallic red that I'm using from our Marabou alcohol inks. The nice thing about alcohol inks is they're pretty transparent, so they work great with UV resin. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pour this over where I want that color to be, and then I'm going to go ahead and start curing. So I'm going to put some maybe right over here.
¿Dónde está mi gente en Instagram?
And then we're going to cure it.
Ahí estamos. Recuerden que necesitamos 40 personas consecutivas, sea por un minuto, para poder darles un premio al final de la live. Instagram, TikTok, tenemos 35.3 likes y necesitamos los 40,000. Ya vamos a llegar. So TikTok, yo creo que va a haber un ganador en TikTok, pero si queremos un ganador en Instagram, necesitamos que tener 40 personas aquí. Estamos a 17, so necesitamos un poco de ayuda. And thank you for subscribing on our YouTube, Karen. We appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the videos we have up there and future videos.
You guys can't see it, but I have the biggest grin on my face because this is totally coming out just how I wanted it to. So this dark red is looking perfect. Nice and spooky. I'm kind of curing it as I go, but I'm keeping my little bowl of the colorant just to the side so that it doesn't get cured before I'm ready to cure it. So I'm just kind of pouring as I go, and this is already looking super duper cool. I will say I dripped on my mat a little bit, so I'm really glad I'm using this new MakerFlo silicone mat because you can just cure and peel that right off. Yes, Jesse?
So, a couple things. Tammy asks, hi, do we have the new lids available for the Hydro water bottles?
The new lids independently, I'm not sure yet. Do you want to check on the
We
site?
don't have them separately yet.
But we should soon, I believe. That is the goal. What's really cool is if you have the old style of Hydros and you just want the new lid, when those come out, they will fit the old Hydros as well.
And Jocelyn said we hit the goal, but mine's stuck at 35.6.
Ooh.
Let me refresh it. What?
Let me check. Let me see if that's true.
Guys, while they're checking that out, I'm pretty much done with my cup.
Jocelyn said she saw it hit 40K and then it went down.
Oh, okay. It might have been, if you guys are clicking too fast, sometimes it thinks you're a bot.
Yeah.
So maybe just slow down a little bit with the taps. That might be it.
Keep it going.
Yes.
We need 4,000 more.
All right, what do we think, guys? Is this cool? Our little bloody margarita topper?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Okay, you guys are both pointing in different directions, and I can't. I'm seeing two halves of a screen here.
Sorry, this one.
Where's the center of that one?
More.
Thank you.
There you go.
Excellent. All right, what do we